The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am so excited about my guest today. It's been about a little over a year now. We were just talking about since I had him on, and I just love him, and he's the best guy ever. And he's literally talented in every single possible thing you can imagine.
I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to sit here and
no, but
cavity.
you're truly phenomenal in everything, and you're still so humble, and you're so supportive of everyone. So
well, you should see my bank
excited.
account. That keeps me humble, trust me.
We were just talking about. I understand completely.
I'm busy, but I'm not. You know, it is what it is.
No, but you're really just phenomenal. So I'm very excited and honored to have you back on.
I'm glad to be here on the #1 teen talk show. What was the
That's
number 2
right.
one? Did we figure that out?
I do know, but we're not giving them credit.
I know. I'm just kidding. Well, happy to be on the #1
That's right.
teen talk show.
But we're
You're still a
excited
teen?
to have you. No, I'm 20
Oh,
now.
I thought so. You don't look like a teen.
I'm 20. Yeah.
My oldest daughter is almost 19.
Oh, okay.
And she's going to college. She's going. We were just talking about that
Yes,
NAU.
awesome.
My youngest daughter is going to be a tattoo artist.
Oh, good.
So she
That's
did her-
awesome.
she did her
She's
first
following
tattoo.
her daddy's steps.
Yeah, I didn't push her. I'm actually kind of shocked she wanted to do that. But,
That's cool.
But yeah, it's pretty cool having them around a lot more.
Has she done any yet?
She did a tattoo on me.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I'll show you during the commercial.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's kind of high up. It's
Oh,
just a pain in
gotcha.
the ass. Nothing, nothing gross. That came out so wrong. Sorry. No, she did. She did a little Sailor Jerry pig on my thigh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for Father's Day. So
Oh,
it's pretty
awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How sweet. Well, you're good for letting her do it.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid.
She didn't know. I just said, you're tattooing today. She
That's
goes,
awesome.
but I don't know how. I go, doesn't matter. It's
Oh,
time to
well,
start.
you're going to learn today.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great. And actually, we're having you on today, especially because you are talking about your new album.
Yes.
First of all, let me just tell you, I love the cover art.
let's
yes,
show it off.
Yes, and then the vinyl. Okay, so
Here's
we'll
the
talk about the
CD.
CD first. Yes.
Well, they're the same, but what I love most about this is called Sweet Dreams from the Gutter.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is, yeah, it's a love album. It's an album of love songs, apparently. But we have vinyl.
Yes,
Actual,
I love vinyl.
Yeah, red vinyl.
Yes.
We went old school.
It's beautiful.
The
yeah.
mastering is done in real analog. So it's
Wow.
kind of, we took a page from the 1970s and came up
Wow.
with that. So WWWDirkVermin.com for all your punk rock needs. But there's a link on DirkVermin.com and all that stuff. So yeah, but ask any questions you want.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of this thing.
Yes,
so.
I was gonna say. So, what inspired you?
Yeah, we'll
to
just put that
even-
right there.
No, and it's cool cover art and everything. It really is. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's. I wanted something kind of iconic.
Oh, very.
And I
yeah.
thought of Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. You can
Yes.
see this is the other side of that album. If it was a hot chick.
There you go.
Yeah. So I was kind of inspired by that and the simplicity of it, and I just really wanted, this is my favorite part of a woman.
Yeah.
After her brain. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
right.
No, it is my favorite part. And if you met my wife, you'd know why. So I just kind of came up with the concept and put it together, and it just worked out perfectly. I just think it's truly iconic's a big word, but that's what it feels like.
Oh,
This
definitely.
album covered. It feels sort of familiar, even though it's not.
No.
But it's good. Very proud of it, and real kind of '80s heavy metal looking.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Like
it.
a Motley
I love
Crue
it.
album or something.
And like I said, the actual vinyl is red too, which
red,
is so
yeah.
cool. I love.
I know
love,
this-
It's
I
not
brought
very
this real.
common, and I think that's just like so
Yeah.
cool when you go out of your way for stuff like
Very
that.
proud. And let's say hi to the boys. We got
Yes.
Adam Baum on lead guitar, Turbo Proctor on drums, and Paulo Del Carmen's playing bass. And this is the best band I've ever had. This
Great.
blows away what I was doing before. So it's kind of nice
Awesome.
to progress
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
for an old man. So.
No, not at all. Not at all. And so I was going to ask, what actually inspired you to do an album?
Well, I was in the Vermin for 20 years, old
Right.
punk band out here, and I just needed to move forward. And to me, I love producing and writing. And so I can't just sit around and not have a new product.
Right.
Instead of going, oh, he was the guy that used to be, the guy that was. That guy, you remember that guy that was in the Vermin, that guy. This is the new album. This is the new direction. And so I just, you play music because you have to.
Yeah.
And I've been playing out in this town for over 30 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
My goodness.
You were not even thought of.
No, I wasn't.
Anyway, whatever.
That's awesome, though. And so, do you have like a favorite song on here, or?
All of them.
That's right.
Middle Finger's pretty damn funny. The funniest song though is Destroy TV, and that's about my whole experience on A&E.
Oh, there you go.
Very autobiographical. So read the lyrics on that. There's some funny stuff. Can I cuss on this show?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Fuck yeah. So there's some funny fucking shit. No, on Destroy TV. Middle Finger, that's kind of self-explanatory.
There you go.
Danger City's real good. It's just a really good, strong album. There's no weak tracks. It has a nice flow to it. It starts out strong and it ends strong.
That's awesome.
Fistful of Hell is this brutal track at the end that just is. I'm just so proud of it. So, and my wife and daughter sang backups on one of the songs.
Oh, very good.
That's
Which
kinda
one?
Cool. They just went, hey, hey, hey.
There you go.
But they did it.
That's right. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, but it was funny because I wanted this female voice,
Yeah.
in background. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and they both have their voices are the same exact key as mine.
Oh,
so
that's
you
funny.
can't even tell they're on there, but they are. So
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. And I was gonna say too, you are just like an amazing husband and father too. You really are, and that's
Can you
so
follow
cool.
me around everywhere and remind the women in my life all the wonderful things that I am?
Well, they can watch this because you are. Listen, I have a very bad dad, so I know when I see a good dad, and you are really just phenomenal. And I think that's such a cool thing that you're so supportive of them.
Yeah, they're good kids. I don't know why I got so lucky. I really did. My daughters are amazing, and they're better kids than I deserve in some ways. So,
And your wife is stunning
yeah,
too.
she is, and it's good because I'm shallow, so it works.
No, yeah, just the perfect
she's great.
family.
She's great. Yeah, yeah. My wife's a crack up. You have to have her on here one day.
Oh yeah, so we can have both of you guys.
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
There
No, she's
you
fun.
go.
You'd love her.
There you
so.
go. We can have like a family reunion on here.
There you go.
And so I also want to talk about, obviously you're an incredible tattoo artist. I mean, just phenomenal. You have done everything, and so you're still doing all of that, correct?
I don't tattoo as much as I used to.
Right.
But I mean, I am still tattooing. I got to pay the bills, and they don't go away. I thought I was going to retire. I really did. After the television show just made me kind of sour on tattooing and everything I was doing. I'm glad I got past that. So it's nice to be back to work, but I am only doing the kind of tattooing that I want to do. I don't take on new clients very often, and I don't do anything I don't want to do, and that's a pretty nice position to be.
Definitely.
Because I could have, I always joked, I could have, charged $500 a pop and just stood and pointed at tattoos and done cover-ups and been the wacky character from the TV show, but none of that was real, and none of that was a part of my real life. So I couldn't capitalize on it because I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be that guy because he wasn't real.
Yeah.
And so it was very hard to go back into my industry because, tattooing was something I loved and I was passionate about my whole life, my whole tattoo life. And then I sold it out on TV, and then I started fucking hating it. So it was tough.
But I think that's a life lesson, and I think everyone always wants to be on TV and movies and everything, but it's reality too.
Don't do it.
But the reality TV is not reality.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I wish that the industry was a little more transparent.
Yeah.
Because it just became such a joke quickly. Because the show was so contrived anyway, but it just quickly became such a joke, and people thought that was my actual life, and nothing about it was. So it's a weird position to be in, because you're the same person that you woke up being. You're the same one, and so when you see yourself on TV and you're turned into this character, but you have the same name, and you work at the same shop, and you drive the same truck, you know what I mean?
It's confusing, yeah.
Confused me. I couldn't watch it. It was really, really weird because you're not. Even though I was playing a character, I always tell people it's like Jerry Seinfeld.
Mm.
Jerry Seinfeld, and you say, "Oh, how's Kramer?" He was a real person named Jerry Seinfeld playing a character named Jerry Seinfeld in a fictionalized version of his life, and he was paid a lot more than I was. But all of mine was all improv, and there was a certain amount of acting every single day.
Yeah.
But and a loose script, so I didn't have like writers like that. But that was the only thing I can kind of compare it to people. And then when I say that out loud, they kind of understand. you know, and then I just bash the network and tell them to turn the TV off and write songs called Destroy TV. So I'm not bitter,
There you go.
know.
No, not at all.
Hi, Ricky Cheese.
Yes.
We love Ricky Cheese.
We love Ricky.
We
She's
do.
the best.
She is.
You talk about supportive person.
Absolutely.
It's Ricky Cheese. Yes. And you're just, I really like you, especially because you are so open about everything, and that's not a common thing you see, well, anywhere, but especially in any
Oh, wait, I violated.
industry.
Yeah, I violated every part of my non-disclosure. That's right, A&E. Every part, because
Yeah.
I just, they were holding me to a level that I couldn't stay at because it was such a lie.
Right.
And it's not, it's not poor me. I'm no victim here by any means, but they put me in a position where to honor my contract, I had to shut my mouth.
Yeah.
But if I shut my mouth, then I'm not being true to myself,
Right.
because it was just such a brutal lie, the whole thing, and I couldn't perpetuate it. So
Yeah.
then they fired me, labeled me hostile talent. Dirk Vermin and the hostile
Oh,
talent.
is that what it
That's a
is?
legal term for apparently me. So yeah, that's where we got the name from. It
I
was kinda
didn't
funny.
put two and together.
Yeah,
There you
hostile,
go.
hostile, however you pronounce it. But
I
yeah.
just, you know what? I was like, how do you pronounce? I was like, it's hostile. I'm like, I know I'm
I've
gonna
heard it both
mispronounce
ways.
it.
I usually say hostile, but it's hostile. I think it's hostile.
It's
I don't know.
either or. I really liked. I just liked the band name and everything. And I was like,
yeah, Turbo, the drummer came up with that because I wanted to do something like, you know, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers,
Right.
or George Thorogood and the Destroyers. So it was Dirk Vermin and the something, and then Turbo goes, "What about hostile talent?" Because we would always joke that that's what the network called me, you know. And I was anything in my life. you know.
I think that's a pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
title
like, I
myself.
earned it, so I'll take it. You know.
No, that's what's so cool. You've turned such a negative thing into such a positive thing, and I think a lot of people can actually learn from you too, and I think that's a cool
Well,
thing.
it's you know, it's weird. It just seemed like everybody was getting on TV, and I
Yeah.
think it was just my turn. So, but if you ever get the opportunity to get on TV, read your fucking contract closely, and then, you know, then rip it up or burn it, do something with it, but don't do it. Don't sign it, please. Yeah, there you go. Should have better lawyers.
No, but I did, and this album, I like the TV thing. That's so cool. You turned everything into.
Oh,
and
and
that's
the
awesome.
lyrics on Destroy TV are hilarious, and they're so it takes from the whole journey from the first verse to the second. You know, it just takes you on the journey from signing my name in blood on the dotted line and things like that. That, you know,
There
those
you
words
go.
are in it, and then to ultimately just the lies and betrayal on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, because I betrayed A&E too. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. You know, so you guys win. Just put another shitty tattoo show on. They did. It lasted 4 episodes, and then they sold Bad Ink to Netflix. Man, they made a lot of money on that show.
They did. I don't think it's fair.
It's probably, but
I
it is
don't-
their industry. So
Yeah, but no, and you did. And I think if anything came from it, at least people could see how talented you are and stuff, and hopefully it brought more attention to you.
yeah,
if nothing else.
I mean that's a weird one because yes, the shop became famous for something that it's not.
That's true.
People come in and they're looking around and they're like, where, you know, they think that it's the TV show, or
Right.
they're walking the strip looking for me and some guy with a Duck Dynasty beard, you know, pointing at things, and it's not real, you know. Yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, so it was.
I'm probably gonna get to my end.
Nah, you're fine. It was, it really, it's hard to be famous for something that you can't endorse or be
course.
proud of. And now, I mean, and that's gone away. It's been a couple of years now since the show ended, and so it's nice to just get back to some normalcy.
Yeah.
Now I just get, are you that? You look like. Whereas during the height of the show, everyone's, oh man, Bad Ink, man. How come you covering all them fake tattoos? I'm like, you know what I mean? But it was, so when people come in, I just tell them the absolute truth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. And it's just a TV show. I was really angry and bitter at the beginning, and now I
Yeah.
just laugh about it. And I go, yeah, it was fake. It was TV. And they're like, oh. I remember a guy stopped me, and he goes, hey, man, you're on that fake show. I go, yeah, I am. And he goes, why is everything fake on there? I go, because it's TV.
Right.
I go, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And I go, yeah, I know. You should see my contract. And I wouldn't let him have it because he wanted me to be angry and endorse it and apologize for it. I go, no, fuck it. I blew it. You're right. I shouldn't have done it. There's a lot of should-haves in my life, you know. And I had to take the stance of, yeah, it was just a silly TV show, something I did. And instead of being confrontational about it and just be
Right.
like, yeah, you're right. I agreed with all my critics. That tattoo didn't look real. It wasn't real. The one I did was real. The one I covered wasn't.
Right.
So I'm not going to go, no, it was real. I'm not going to fight for that. The makeup department put it on. A few of them. You know, there was all of season 2, ironically, was real stories and real tattoos and real people. I don't know why we couldn't do that from the get-go.
Yeah,
but
right.
some executive said, well, this is a funny story, and we'll just recreate it on TV. Soccer mom, give me a break. Anyway.
No, I think it's awesome. And, you know, you are honest about it, and you don't let it get to you. I'm sure that's a very difficult thing, too.
Well, I mean, I've gotten into, you know, close, almost, you know, throwing fists with people that have stopped me in the bar and things like that. Because people get really pushy and annoying. When,
I think in general, but
yeah, in general,
yeah.
especially in LA or Vegas, you know, or everywhere.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you're at, but they think that they have a certain right to ask you certain questions or treat you a certain way because they feel like they know you.
Exactly.
You know, how are your daughters? I'm like, you know my kids? Well, on TV. I'm like, fuck, that's not my kids.
No.
I mean, that, you know, they were my kids.
but-
I always tell, I go, yeah, that was central casting out of LA. I said, we need 2 blonde girls, you know, but it would have been better if we had just got actresses, those poor kids, you know. So anyway.
No, but it's cool, and I agree. I feel bad of everything that happened, but at least you turned something so negative into such a positive thing, and then a band after it, and a song and everything. So
Well,
it's
it was,
really awesome.
you know, I tried to dismiss it and walk away from it and pretend it didn't happen and ignore it, and then, you know, then all of a sudden it shows up on Netflix, or they sell it to Germany, they sell it to Italy, and it's all over the world. And so I start getting, you know, fan mail and things from other countries like it's brand new, and I'm like, God, this is 4 years ago in my life. It has nothing to do with my real life, nothing to do with my current life. And even during the time, it was such a nightmare. You don't want to be famous. You don't, because you give up so much. You really do. And so now when people don't recognize me, I'm like, man. And I don't wear the fedora anymore anyway. I do wear the top hat on special occasions. Like the Corey Taylor talk show.
That's right.
But,
I get the top hat.
yeah, and the drummer hates it, so I love wearing it.
I like
it's
the
kinda
top
funny.
hat. It's fun.
It's silly. It's meant to be. But I won't wear the fedora because then that was such an iconic image from the show.
Right.
Then when people see it, I don't want to look like I did on the show because then I get recognized for that. So it's just weird, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that was a good way to put it, like exactly like Jerry Seinfeld and everything. So even though you were portrayed as it was reality and stuff, it wasn't, and it was a character. So I think that's a good way to put it, and for people to understand more.
Yeah, and just understanding that if you're watching any reality show, it's all staged, and it has to be. Filming television is very expensive. So if you think the camera's going to follow you and hope to catch something, that would cost tens of thousands of dollars a day. So instead, you have a loose script, and you know where you're going, and you just kind of, there's a lot of improv involved, and that was all sort of fun, you know, to be in that position and try to do some acting, which is what it was. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of it all, it was just like, whew, so much work for so little return. Yeah. Because I never did figure out, and maybe it's because I'm a shitty businessman, but I never did figure out how to capitalize on this outside of endorsing the show, and I can't do that. So, you know, come and buy a T-shirt, buy the album.
Yes, this is the real way to do it. And you get something pretty freaking cool.
If you want to support me, buy the album.
This is pretty freaking cool.
It is pretty amazing. Very happy about it. Yes. I can't wait for you to hear it. I'm so proud.
I'm so excited. And I really like the artwork is phenomenal. The actual red vinyl is phenomenal. I mean, everything. It's just, how can you beat this?
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Great. Yeah, and it's like I said, DirkVermin.com is where everything is linked from. There's a link directly on that page, and you can go right to it. And Squid Hat Records is an amazing label. They've been really, really good to me. He throws a bunch of extra stuff in the packages, so you get stickers and patches and all kinds of fun things when you order it. And the album's only $15 and the CD's only $10.
How can you beat that at all?
What a deal!
No,
yeah, download it if you want. There's a download card actually in the vinyl, so you get a free download in there. But for me, I'm old school. I like physically having something. Yeah. And this is the first vinyl. My first record came out in 1987. Wow. And so that was we didn't have a choice. There were no CDs.
That's
so
what
it was a cassette tape or it was vinyl, or 8 tracks if you go back far enough. But there were no 8 tracks in 87. But there were no CDs yet. Yeah. And then CDs came out, and so then everything I did was on CDs from then on out. So it's kind of neat to go back to the old school and have some vinyl, something real.
No, I was gonna say now I'm starting to see it a little more often where artists are releasing album or vinyl and everything, but usually they charge an arm and a leg for vinyl.
Oh yeah,
too.
they're like $28 or something.
Yeah, and but this is so cool. It's $15.
$15, yeah.
And it's legit, and it's like a classic feeling about it, and that's what's very cool.
Yeah,
about it.
with the vinyl, when you open it up, there's a full lyric sheet in there.
Oh, wow.
My words are so important to me, and I wrote, I wrote everything on the album, but the music and the lyrics. But the lyrics are where I express a lot of things. So.
How long would you say this whole thing took to put together?
Well, this band's been around for 3 years, maybe. So I actually spent probably a year writing and fine-tuning before we went to the studio. We don't play as much as I used to in the Vermin, but we do play. Now it's time to promote the record. This just came out on the 22nd of last month, so this is brand spanking new.
It's brand new, and right here, and it's so cool. And I love vinyl too.
Good.
It is. You get that, like, it's that whole sound, everything about it. I love vinyl. There's nothing like it.
It's pretty neat because the Mike Lavin and what's his name, Matt Salveson, did the recording over Digital Insight. And we actually got this mastered in true analog. So it's a real throwback to the way we recorded it. We were all in the same room. There's overdubs. I mean, there has to be in the studio. But all four of us were in the same room getting those basic tracks on, looking at each other, and we were really able to capture a really neat feel on that. And then we went and cleaned everything up and put in clean vocals on top of the dirty vocals and the things that you do in the studio. But to get it mastered in analog in this day and age when everything's digital, and so sometimes when an album will come out, it's all recorded digitally. I get that, but if it's mastered digitally, and then why bother? Because records should be analog. It really should have that warmth. You listen to any recordings from the 70s especially, which is super inspired. The things that are on it are super inspired by that 70s sound. Whether, and it's very much a punk album, but you'll hear AC/DC in there, you'll hear Motorhead, you'll hear things that I was influenced by growing up in modern music. So it doesn't sound dated, it's not like a retro album, but you can certainly hear more than any album I've ever done. All of my influences are right on there.
So it's inspiration from everything. That's cool.
Absolutely.
That makes it unique. So,
And Destroy TV, the new single with no cussing. It's one of the few songs. We earned that parental advisory label is earned.
I always that's what makes you want to buy it when I had the parental advisory.
I know. It was so funny when because I was, I'm old enough to remember when that was going on with the PMRC and all that stuff, and then wanting to put labels. And I just think, oh man, we got to get one of those labels for our record. Back then, because a kid sees that like, ooh, this is bad. I think I want
this.
That's right. You wouldn't want a G rating on an album. You listen to
especially not your album. Absolutely not.
The fucking Osmonds or something. So.
There you go. No, I love it, and I'm super excited for it. And then what else? You've done a million things. Like I said, you are like the busiest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's
you have done a million. So what else can people get from you? Because I think people really should go and support everything you do.
Well, everything is on DirkVermin.com. I've got these socks that I'm doing with Merge 4.
Oh,
they're pretty cool. There's two versions now: a hula girl and a mermaid and a sea serpent. And they're real retro, real cool. They're really nice socks. So those are available. Merge 4 is a great company out of California. I'm doing 2 more coming out this fall. I am working on my book, just not as much as I should be. The book, I promise. Everyone's you're right. I've been talking about this book for too long, but the book will be out in next year.
Awesome.
Realistically, if I can get the writing done this year, then we can look at that as the big thing coming out next year. And then what I want to do is I want to do one album. So I've already started writing the second album. I know this is still fresh, but I've already started writing the second album.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just want to move forward. I want this band to have a nice catalog. Again, just not erasing the past, but moving on from what the Vermin was. The Vermin it was a bad marriage. We were around too long. We should have ended it a lot sooner than we did. But we had some good times, and I wrote some good songs, and with that band. But I don't want to. That band would always wait 4 years between albums. It was just so long. Yeah. So this one's going to be an album. I'm trying to do an album a year.
That'd be cool. We'll see. It's very a hefty thing, but that's cool.
We'll see.
I hope so.
Unless this one doesn't sell, then sorry, record label.
I can't imagine it not. I mean, even I would just buy it just for the artwork alone, and I know you're not supposed to judge it, but especially albums, you have to.
That's what it's for. It has to, it has to grab your attention. And when I was designing the cover, You know, and it's raunchy and it's wrong and there's a big smack on her
yeah.
ass and all that stuff. But that's sex sells.
Right.
And
no,
you know,
it's art. It's an art.
Well, it's funny when I
I
put this together, there was no smack on her ass. There wasn't. And then I needed something.
Yeah.
I literally remember saying, I need something to grab you. And as soon as I went like that towards the picture, I went, oh yeah,
That's
I'll
what
just
you do.
put a big smack right on her butt, and then that was it. So then I put that on there, and it just.
Yeah. I always love handprints too, so I like it.
It was a neat one.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's cool. I really like it.
Thank you, Adobe Photoshop. You did a hell of a job.
No, it works. Whatever works.
It works. It works.
And the red, it stands out. It catches your attention. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I love it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back, and we'll still go over everything because really I'm just so excited, and I hope you guys all are too, and everyone really should go and support this and buy this immediately because it's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back, so stick around.
Isn't it a pity? I sold my soul in New York City. Signed in blood on the dotted line. Cruising for a bruising and a real bad time. Now you hate me. Come on, destroy TV. Destroy, 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 destroy. Now I felt pleasure. Living with the ego and it looks to match up. Maybe get a date with Terry Hatch. And now you hate me. Come on, destroy TV. Destroy, 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 destroy. Soulless corporate lying hack. A rerun, no fun, can't turn back. Hypocrite on the lowest grade. Laughing at the money I never made. Now you hate me. Come on, destroy TV. Destroy, 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 destroy. Destroy TV. Destroy TV! Destroy TV!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Once again, we have Mr. Dirk Vermin with us.
I'm still here.
Yes.
They didn't kick me out.
And you just heard Destroy TV.
I know. How great is that?
Yes,
How
I'm
great
so
is that?
excited.
I opened this for you.
Yes, so
this
now
is
we get to actually see it.
You get to actually see just how beautiful this is. The back cover.
Oh, I love everything
This
about
is
it. Yes.
Las Vegas punk rock.
That's so
Your
cool.
father's
Oh.
punk rock. It says your father's punk rock.
There you go.
Because I've heard that what the kids are listening to these days, it ain't punk rock. And trust me, your dad's music's better than what you listen to. So this is the album sleeve.
Oh, I love
And
it.
we've got full lyric sheets like we were talking
Yes.
about earlier. But here's what's awesome.
Oh my
Red
God. It's so cool.
Vinyl. Is that gorgeous?
It's so cool.
Blood
That
red
is
vinyl. Yeah.
stunning.
And it sounds absolutely incredible.
Oh, I bet. Wow. Well, that doesn't even say. I don't know what. No, it's so cool, and it's very it's very attention to detail, and I really like that.
Absolutely, yeah. My the record label is Squid Hat Records. Alan Carter and his lovely wife are put this all together, and he did a great job on the layout. I designed the cover, and the logo and everything, but he did the whole layout and just beautiful work. It just I couldn't be happier. So
No, it's very.
you know,
cool.
we keep saying the word iconic, but that's what it feels
It
like.
is. It is, and it's like I said, it's that classic feeling, but it's new, and that's what's really cool. I like everything about it.
Me too.
Yes. I'm
So
sure you're
bye,
super proud
bye,
about
bye.
it. Yes, bye. And then also get ready for book also.
Yeah, well,
hopefully
that's next year. It's I had to get realistic about it because
Right.
it takes a lot of time to write a book.
Oh yes, I can't even
And
imagine.
this is my first book, and so I'm kind of winging it. But
Right.
it's the same way I do anything. I do go in, just balls out and give it all I have. I haven't had the time to dedicate to writing because I have to pay my bills.
Yeah.
And I have a shop to run, and I'm a father, and I'm a husband, and I'm
Yeah.
all these things, and life is busy. And so I work 7 days a week. I go into my shop every single day of my life.
Wow.
And I don't tattoo every day, but I have to run a business.
Of course.
And so the luxury of sitting down and writing a book is next to impossible. So that means next year.
Yes,
You know,
I
hopefully.
believe in you. I think it'll
Yeah.
be next year.
I
for
hope
sure.
I hope so too. I really need a good solid 3 months to
Yeah.
just dedicate to it. I just can't find those months
I-
because they have to be in a row.
That's
So
true.
can't do a week here and a week there, and I'm not disciplined enough to, get up in the morning and write for 2 hours and then go on with my day. I have to obsessively do it because that's OCD and all the other initials in my life, ADHD, and all the things that are real that I have.
Yeah.
They're the best and worst things about me sometimes
Right.
because I will procrastinate and I will put things on the back burner, or I obsess over it for a week and then I let it go for a month. So it's just the nature of it. And I won't take drugs to help me, so I just drink whiskey. Helps, but it doesn't help with writing.
Yeah. No.
But I'm excited about getting that done.
So what do you think will be with the book? Like, what do you think's gonna be? What it's about or anything?
Well, it started out. I actually started it before the television show or anything.
Oh, really?
And it was going to
Wow.
be kind of the history of growing up in this town and the punk scene and all that.
Right.
And then I was interviewing a lot of the old punk bands and realized very quickly I didn't care about the old punk bands. I just didn't care. There were too many arguments and egos around with all the people I was
Yeah.
interviewing, and it turned into this huge project that I just didn't want a part of. So I
Right.
washed my hands of it. But so I took the writings that were more personal and was putting them together into something else. And then put that aside when I got the television show, and then I started writing after the show ended because of the anger. And I needed to put something on paper to kind of
Right.
to release some of the demons. And there was a bunch. And I've gone back and looked at the writing I've done, and I will have to go back again because I wrote in anger, and anger is not enjoyable to read.
Right.
When you just hear fuck, this sucks, everything sucks, whatever. It's better than that. But it was written from an angry standpoint.
Right.
Now, so now I flash forward a couple years later, I'm not angry anymore. It's a joke. I laugh about it. There's some bitterness because of the way I was treated, but I signed the
Well,
contract.
how could there not be?
Yeah, I signed the contract. I was welcome
Oh,
to
yeah.
walk away at any time. Actually, I wasn't because I signed the contract. You're not
You're
welcome to
stuck
walk
in
away.
there,
You
yeah.
are. They
Yeah.
own you, and you if you don't think
They
they
still
own
you.
yeah,
They're
Well,
selling it to Netflix. And
yeah, they own
Italy
the
and
image.
Germany,
They own
like you
everything
said,
they
yeah.
shot. They own it all. That's
Yeah.
right, and they're allowed to make as much money as they want on it.
Yeah.
It's their product, not mine. But I don't have to endorse it. I don't have
Right.
to help them, and so that's where. If there's any bitterness now, it's because I'm not fucking helping you sell that show
Right.
that just about cost me my business, sent me into bankruptcy, put a wedge between me and everyone in my life, including my children. For what? So you could sell Doritos? Ultimately. So, yeah, I'm not bitter.
No, but you do. I understand completely, and I think the album, I'm sure, helped heal a lot and everything to get your feelings out there.
I'm lucky
and-
that I have the outlets I do.
Yeah.
And to be able to put down in lyrics your feelings
Yeah.
and then stand on stage and yell them at the top of your lungs with a guitar, man, a lot of people don't have that. And
Yeah.
so having that is huge. If I didn't have a release, I'd just drink more. That's not good. So.
No,
I heard there was a bar here, but I was misinformed.
I don't know.
Oh, it's the teen talk show. Sorry.
It's okay.
Number one teen talk show. So we're drinking Zimas? What are we doing here?
No, it's okay. No, but teens, I think also, here's the thing, they do appreciate the honesty and everything, and they're not stupid, and I think now, especially with, just everyone is finally seeing with all the news attention, everything they're getting, like, they're adults practically, and
Yeah.
they have to be, they're forced to be.
It's too
so-
much, yeah. Teens they're exposed to too much.
Yes, they are.
They saw more than I saw into my 30s.
Exactly.
And that's just Google images. Oh, look at that. What? You see any, there's
Right.
nothing. What's that?
Especially with the internet now.
Yeah,
it's
that
just-
James Addiction song. Nothing shocking.
Right.
That's how it feels. Nothing is shocking
No.
anymore. And it should be. There are things. let's get political for a second. Look who's running our country.
Yeah.
Look at the anger.
Yeah.
And the divide that he's put, and the people yelling at each other about opinions they didn't have before he got elected,
Right.
or the guy before him, or the guy after. It doesn't matter. But it's just so ugly and it's so divided. And at the end of it, you just got to take care of yourself, and that's where I'm at. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent here, but
No.
was that a question? I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't ask me about politics.
No, but it's true, and I think, like I said, I think people really appreciate the honesty and stuff, and our country is divided. I think the whole world is divided,
Without a doubt.
honestly, and it's just it's very sad, and but people need the release and everything, and I think you doing this will help a lot of it too.
Well, I think that's to be playing punk rock in my 50s, because I am in my 50s, is a weird place to be, because I'm not an angry young man anymore. I'm an angry old man. So I guess, but it
not old.
Yeah, you haven't seen my birth certificate, but this feels like it did when I was young, and so it's kind of neat to go back without, like, my favorite Disney movie is Peter Pan. Explains a lot about me. So
I love Peter Pan. I think that's awesome. Never grow up.
My daughter's name is Tiger Lily. I don't know where that came
My
from.
mom has a tattoo actually that's Peter Pan, and it says "Never grow up" on it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So I
was
think
raised
that
that way.
I identified with that character maybe more than I should have.
No, it's awesome.
But just staying youthful, staying excited, having things be exciting and mean something, instead of just being cynical and jaded. I mean, that comes with age anyway. And being an old punk rocker, of course you're cynical and jaded. It's your fucking job. But it'd
be scary if you weren't.
yeah, exactly. Happy punk rock. Well, I'm gonna write a bunch of love songs. Nah, I don't do that. What do they call it? Emo core, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Write about your feelings. That's what everyone wants to hear. So, I don't know.
No, I love it, and like I said, I'm so excited about this album, and it's a beautiful album, and it sounds so cool. And as you guys heard, it's amazing. So
well, that song, especially "Destroy TV," was, it's because it's autobiographical. It's about my experience. That makes people who are interested in me or were interested in me. I don't know if anyone is anymore, but
I think a lot of people. But
I just without hey, I was on TV. Pay attention to me. I'm not that way. But it was an experience I went through, and getting to make a catchy pop song, pop punk or whatever that song is, to do that, to kind of release it, let it go. Now you hate me, destroy TV. That's what it said, because I did get a lot of backlash, and a lot of people that love me. So it was like, and that's as you should. If everyone loves you, you're doing something wrong.
That's true.
You don't have enemies.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you're doing something very wrong. So.
Yeah. I love it, and I'm very excited about everything, and I hope, and I'm sure people, I already saw there's a lot of people that are supportive and are already loving this album.
Oh yeah,
and
the response has
everything.
been unbelievable.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much locally, but it was just reviewed in a magazine in France that was just
wow.
gushing about it. But also the people that I know who've known me through my musical journey, going, "This is the best record you've ever done."
That's great.
And me, because there was a little bit. In the beginning, I didn't know what kind of album I was going to write, because the Vermin was a safety net. It was easy, just write another punk album and move on. I wanted this to be so much more, but it was like, what is an album at this point in my life going to sound like? And I thought, okay, well, it's not a punk band anymore. Then we listened to the album. I go, okay, it's still a punk band, but but there's more. I'm writing bridges, and there's time changes, and the lyrics are smarter on some level and dumber on others. But. It was a challenge to see what that was, and then to have it come out as well as it did. And kudos to the band. I mean,
everything about it.
Adam Baum played his ass off on this. Some of the most melodic, beautiful leads I've ever heard, which sounds weird because the music's super aggressive, but then he comes in and it just fits.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I heard the song, I'm like, wow, it's incredible what he did. Turbo's drumming on this, insane. And Paulo phoned it in, but he was trying. I'm just kidding. But these guys really played their asses off on here. So it's getting exciting to celebrate it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Towards the end of the month, we haven't booked it yet, but we're going to do a release party and a listening party
cool.
and all that. We're just in the middle of booking. So just
go.
follow me on social media, and I know you're not old enough to come and watch, but on the #1 teen talk show.
Well, I'm 20. Honestly, a lot of my viewers are 20s and over too, so we're everywhere.
I know, I'm making fun.
No.
I'm being an asshole.
No. No. You gotta be. That's your whole thing.
Kind of what
right?
I do.
Exactly. No, I love it, and I think people are super excited about it. And like I said, the response has been amazing. And Vegas, it's always a weird community here for some reason. They're not as supportive as they should be.
They are not, and they never have been.
No.
And that's kind of the thing. The Vermin's biggest show was our last one. We should have announced every show was the last one because that place it was packed, and we were lucky to get 30 people to Double Down.
Wow.
And then we played there all the time for years and put out albums for years, and the town was like, oh, cool. Well, they'll be around next week. It's no big deal. So and then with this, I'm having to kind of not start from scratch, but certainly prove what I'm doing now to a town that doesn't care.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
No, and that's just Vegas.
Yeah, and I do love Vegas and everything, but so for some reason it's just weird with that stuff. I don't know. Always have, like you said, always will be.
Yeah,
but
and if you can make it here.
this is if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
I don't know if this is making
have.
it. You know.
No, you have.
I mean, it did get me to the
have.
#1 teen talk show.
That's right.
So I'm doing something right.
No, I really think it's awesome, and especially you're already getting international attention. I mean, that right there should tell you, really.
Well, yeah, the record label's doing real good with promotion and everything. It's nice to have that help.
Yeah.
Because I self-produced my whole career, and I was on other labels and stuff that weren't quite as supportive as this. So this is neat to have that support.
Definitely.
Thanks, Alan.
No, I love
Thanks,
it.
Allie.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, but I love it. So once again, go get it. And then, why don't we take it out here too? Because it's so beautiful. I love it so much. Oh, look at this.
Gorgeous.
Look at this. It's just, I mean, what a set. It's just phenomenal. So, and if nothing else, get the CD, but I think you should get both the CD and the vinyl.
Yeah. And like I said, there is a download card in the vinyl.
Oh, there you
So it's whatever you have. I have a CD player in my car. I don't have a record player, but my daughters do. Which shows that whole kind of
you don't have
my
a
daughter.
record player?
I don't have a record player. My daughters do. Yep,
There
there's
you
the
go.
download card.
There it is. Here you go. I'll hit the code. No, but I'm really excited about it, and I will be listening to this on repeat. I am sure. I'm very excited.
I can't wait to see your review.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Of course. Yeah. So, and so where can people once again get this? Follow you?
Well, I mean,
keep up to
locally it'll
date?
be at Zia Records.
Okay.
It'll be at Cash for Chaos and a few other outlets. We don't have a lot. Zia's the biggest. It's
Zia's
kind of what we
awesome,
had.
yeah.
But Cash for Chaos supports and has been around forever, supporting local punk rock, and Mel and everybody over there is awesome. You can get them at our shows, but more than anywhere, just get it online. DirkVermin.com.
There you go.
It's your link to everything Dirk Vermin.
That's right. Yeah. Everything, and then you can keep up to date. And then when the book finally comes out, there you go too. And next year,
yes.
You had to put it out there. But awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dirk. You're truly the best.
I know. I love this
you.
show. I'll be back in 2 years, right?
That's or next year.
Next
we're
year, I
promoting
know.
your book. That's right.
The new album, the new book.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again,
thanks for having me.
Yes, please go get this and support it. And you Vegas community, you better especially support this because this man is doing everything, and he's supportive of the whole entire community.
This is
so
true. I'm a great guy.
You are. You are. No, you are. You're saying no, but he is. He's everything he's great at. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.